So can you talk a little bit more? What's the secret again to a happy marriage? What's the secret?
The secret of happy marriage. Well, marry the right person. I don't know if that's a secret. But I think our best thing is that we've always trusted each other, and we've always been able to communicate. We are always able to talk things out.
What was your biggest fight?
Biggest fight.
The biggest fight?
Gee.
Whoa, I don't know what the biggest fight.
I don't think we've ever thrown things at each other. We've never had that kind of a fight.
We've had disagreements, but as Anna said, we've been able to talk things out pretty well. From the very beginning, I think that was one of the main attractions, that we could talk to each other. It seems kind of important.
So what do you do? What do you remember from your wedding day?
I remember how nervous I was beforehand, and I remember that I had a bright, not a bright blue, let's see, what shade of blue would that be called? I had a street length dress, and Bill bought me a really beautiful corsage of roses. After the ceremony, we took pictures at the church. We didn't have a photographer, a paid photographer. And then we went to my parents' house for a reception. And you know, it's strange, it's a little odd that one of the things I remember about that reception was my Bill's brother's mother-in-law was there, and she had Leon Betty's little baby, who his name was Teddy, and he was about 10 months old. And I just remember her sitting in my parents' living room, bouncing that little guy on her knees, doing a little ditty, sang a little ditty while she did it. It was one that I hadn't heard before, that my parents had never used with their kids or grandkids. And right now I can't think what that was, but I just remember that. Isn't that strange?
That was Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we didn't take a honeymoon because I was a milk tester, and I had 30 herds, and it required one day for each herd. So couldn't really get away, and really didn't have enough money anyway for a honeymoon. So our big outing was a dinner at, what was that cafe in Burley?
I don't remember.
Seemed like it was Nelson's, but it was a well-known cafe in Burley, Idaho, a big town of about 5,000 people. So that was our outing for our wedding evening. Other than that, I don't remember much.
We did get Chivalry though, didn't we?
Oh yeah, it was a couple of weeks after we were married. We had a Chivalry, and we had settled down in our little house in Hebron. Hebron, Idaho was a town of about, how many people do you think? A couple hundred?
Maybe.
What's
Pretty small.
What's Chivalry?
A chivalry is when they come and, well, the way it worked out in our case, we had gone to bed.
That was the way they always did it.
Yeah, they came after you go to bed, and they pound on the side of the house, bring cans and things, make a lot of noise, get you out of bed, and then they bring in food and everything and have a big party. That was our chivalry. Now, some people, like some of your siblings, they did things like they required the husband to push his wife around the town square in a wheelbarrow. You know, neat little things like that. But they were easy on us, I guess.
We didn't have a town square in Hebron.
Oh, that's right. Hebron didn't have a town square, so we lucked out.
That was customary in those years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
In Kansas, I remember when my older brother got chivalried. I was third grader when my brother Morris and Tessie got married, and their honeymoon cottage was a small little 2-room house on the same farm that we lived on. So they were about a half-mile down the road from us, and that was, for me at that age, that was so much fun. We got to go down there in the dark. A lot of people drove their cars, but they turned the lights out, and then we were as quiet as we could be, and then we sneaked up close to their house and made noise, like you had a pie tin or something, you'd pound on it with a spoon or whatever to make noise. And I think some of the guys even had a shotgun they shot in the air or something to wake them up. And then we had treats, had a party.
I don't know if they still do that, but that was the
I-
custom in the old days.
I don't know if that's still a custom. I haven't heard of it in years.
Yeah.
I think they probably don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never heard of it. So yeah. Do you guys do you have any